Hey guys, hashtag Life by Design. It's NICOA. I need to look here. Yeah, I'm looking right at you. I just did this on Instagram. We had an Instagram live. It was great. It lasted about 10 minutes and then it did not upload with the sound. And because I had not utilized, I'm going to turn this here. Because I had not utilized YouTube at the time. All right, yeah, lots of editing is going to happen here. Okay, because I hadn't used YouTube, I didn't use YouTube because I can't do both on the phone. I think there's an app for that. But so here, we're going to try it now live. Thank you to all the followers. We have over 1,000 followers now. Hashtag Life by Design. We're doing coffees with NICOA on a regular basis, and we're doing tips about human resources experiences and coaching experiences. So I just want to take a minute and let's talk about whether or not our ski trip was the worst ski trip in the world or the most memorable experience we could ever had. So here's what I'm going to tell you. You can talk about your life in two ways. You're always telling a story. You're always giving people a perspective that you choose. You are the common denominator of your life, and you are the one who can make your life means something. And you do that with your words. So wait for it. We're going to talk about observing yourself and being super intentional about how you show up in the world. And that is a big ass fire, wouldn't you say? All right. So we went on this fabulous ski trip. Or I could tell you that we went on this really sucky ski trip. And I'm going to tell you both ways. Because this is what we do day in and day out. We are figuring out how to describe our life. And if you want a life by design that feels good, then you have to be super in tune with the words that you're using and the language you use to describe your life. Because at the end of the day, it's simply an experience. And you are the only one who can make anything mean anything. When I look at myself, it looks like I'm looking way over there. So I'm just going to look over here. So you are the only one who can make anything mean anything means that I'm going to tell you two versions of a ski trip, and then you decide which one feels better. So we went skiing. Our friends gave us access to this villa. They said, here, go use it. And then before you knew it, we were hanging out with them the first weekend. Then, I'm telling you the version that's not necessarily fun. And we ended up being super busy with them, and then got distracted one night. We went out to dinner, and before you knew it, we came back out to the car, and the car had been towed. Because I, NICOA, had decided that I was going to park in front of a fire station. And I don't know what my problem was, but I completely shoulda, woulda, coulda. I knew better. I got out of the car and was like, I wonder why I'm parking here. This doesn't even make sense. I bet they could drive around me, I said to my kid, who didn't really say anything, and we went to the restaurant and came back out. And as I tried to turn the car on remotely, because it gives you this remote thing, I couldn't find the car. It had been towed. Of course it had. Oh my God, now we can't find the car. And guess what? The local police don't know where the car is. We can't find the towing service. They give us a list of 25 towing companies. And then we don't even find it until the next morning when someone finally says, you should call the state police. This is the miserable part of the story. Oh, fast forward, our friends leave on Sunday after we do go get the car. We do finally find it 12 plus hours later. We go take snowboarding lessons. My son, myself, my daughter, things are going great. Lunch is a little stressful. We're tired. We've taken the 2.5-hour lesson. By the end of the day, I've given up, and I tell my husband, let's just go hang out, and we're tasting some bourbons at the Whistling Pig or something. And my daughter comes in and says, you know what? I'm having such a good time. I want to do it one more time. And then we get the phone call. My daughter has done it one more time, gotten all the way to the bottom, and promptly crashed and broke both wrists. Oh my God, right? I had so many opportunities here to be miserable. The ski patrol comes. We have to pack everything up. We have to figure out how to get everything back and put it back up and return to the ski rental place. Then we have to go to the emergency room. And then where's the insurance card? And then how do we get there? And where are we? And it's cold and everybody's miserable. And now we have to cancel the rest of the ski trip other than staying there because we're not going anywhere. Our flights aren't until Friday. So you can tell the story over and over, commiserate. Oh, and then fast forward after having to wake up at 3 a.m. every morning and give my kid her medicine because she's in pain and it's her senior year. She can't use her wrist. This is miserable, right? This is the worst case scenario. She is a pill too. I mean, she is hating life most of the time. She's okay. But I will tell you, this is the version of the story that everybody wanted to hear. And oh, by the way, we woke up on Friday morning and we had a blizzard and we're supposed to fly out. We get to the airport, every flight rescheduled to the point where we miss the connection in New York and we end up stuck in New York City with one hotel room for 4 people and going and staying 20 minutes away from the airport in the middle of Queens. It took us 30 hours to get home. That vacation sucked. Was it a vacation from hell? If you tell the story that way. How else might I tell that story? Our friends gave us this fabulous villa at the Von Trapp Lodge for free for a week as a wedding gift. Not only did we get to spend the entire week there, they were able to meet up with us the first weekend and take us to their favorite restaurants and help us get to know the area. And our children, 2 of our 6 children joined us, and it was so much fun. And we even went snow shoeing out at Edson Hill, and it was absolutely beautiful. There was a moment where we ended up getting the car towed. That was an unexpected experience, and when we had some trouble, a little bit of stress trying to find it, but luckily we had our friends, we had another car, we had a phone, we were able to make all the phone calls, and by 12 hours later, we'd found the state police helped us track it down. So we got up the next morning, and we went out and got coffee, and went to the grocery store and picked up the car, and then came home. Everything worked out. Thank goodness our friends were there. It was easy peasy. And then they had to go, and the next day we took snowboard lessons and we went on the hill, and it was fabulous. And although my right leg was cramping from all of this 53-year-old body trying to figure out how to snowboard, I did manage to get down that hill. And so did my daughter, and so did my son. John was busy skiing down a big mountain. He finally met up with us in the afternoon, and then most of us called it for the day. And then my daughter says, I'm going to go one more time. I'd like to go and try it by myself again. So we said, go for it. You're doing great. So she gets up there and she goes all the way down, and we're busy having a bourbon over at the Whistling Pig or whatever the name of that was. And we get the phone call. Ski Patrol. Your daughter's had an accident. Could you please meet us at the emergency hut? So we were like, well, didn't see that coming. Hope she's okay. I'm not stressed yet. I'm a mama. I know how to handle it. I take the deep breath. We start packing everything up. How do we get the ski supplies returned back to the rental place? I'll go meet them at the Ski Patrol hut. I get there, and she's got 2 broken wrists. All right, well, we know what to do. We've got insurance. We've got a car. Tell us where to go. How do we handle it? We had all the resources available to us. I kept thinking about that. I kept thinking I can be miserable and upset and overwhelmed and dramatic, or I can look at the privilege here and the opportunity to fix a circumstance. It is simply an experience. So we did. We had to cancel the rest of our ski trip other than staying there. We had to get refunds. I kept thinking, wow, at least they give us refunds. At least, right? I am empathizing with myself and my sweet daughter who did not see this coming. But I'm also looking at it as a plot twist. Okay, well, I'm curious. Wonder why this happened. How can we handle it? It's not dramatic unless I make it dramatic. We hang out, we play cards, we do puzzles, we cook out, we watch TV, we eat popcorn, we eat Ben & Jerry's ice cream because we're in Stowe, Vermont. And then, guess what? Time to leave. Friday morning, blizzard. Okay, beautiful. Let's stay in the bed 1 more hour. Let's put the fire in the fireplace. Let's have our coffee because we don't have to leave yet. Let's enjoy and savor. Isn't it beautiful? What a privilege. How nice of our friends to share this place with us. All right, let me help my daughter pack her bag because, she can't use her wrists. And then let's figure out what we need to do next. We get to the airport. Delay. 12 hours later, we finally get on an airplane. Miss the connection in New York. Well, here we are, the big city. My son says, as we leave the airport to go to the vouchered hotel room 20 minutes away in the middle of Queens, I've never left the airport before in New York City. And I said, well, welcome to New York. And he's enjoying the view. He sees the lights. He sees the graffiti. It's his first experience. It won't be the best one necessarily, but at least he gets to see New York. We get to the hotel. It's super clean. It's super nice. It comes with breakfast. Perfect. We get up the next day. We're on a flight. We get home. We get in the car and we drive 2 more hours and we're finally there 30 hours later. Every single person in our family has a memory from this past week. There's a story. There's an experience. There are lessons. Noticing how stress affected us. Noticing what we were going to make it mean. Making the best of it. Was this a ski trip from hell? Or was it a ski trip from heaven? You get to create that reality day in and day out. And that is what a life by design is. I will say 85% of that trip, I was able to stay in that space, really experiencing the moment. And mindful moments give you the opportunity to decide what you're going to make them mean. Ski trip from hell? I think not. Grateful and excited to now have all these stories to tell for the rest of our life? Absolutely. Hashtag Life by Design, and I'll talk to you guys later.